now, just waiting for the traffic management guy to set up. Seems to have just shed loads of videos in one go, but you never know while you get the chance. Somebody's beeping to us, so hopefully they think we're going to repair the potholes they're complaining about. But a bit of a backstory on me, you know, I started on backhoes traditionally, the good old 3CXs, many times digging in the road, digging on, you know, friends' places and all that, farmers and all that. You know, that gave me a great understanding, obviously, on machines, where to place a machine, you know, and I still got a soft spot for a backhoe. I still love them, so there you go, Georgina, JCB Digger Girl. I'll give you a thumbs up for backhoes. But you know, I say, and then JCB come, you know, and pitched the idea of, you know, this concept of repairing potholes in a different way, with like a Highway Master, 3CX compact Highway Master, planer on the back, 400mm planer, and then like a sweeper on the front. Actually, you could put a sweeper on the front as well. So yeah, a little planer on the back and a 600mm, probably an iteration of this one on the front, and then you had to swap the buckets over, and you know, so obviously gave feedback on that, and then probably a bit too honest, but thankfully they listened. And then, you know, a few months later they said, I'm just watching the traffic management, see if you can sneak in. And then, you know, and then it came back and said, well, you try this new machine, it's based on a Hydrodig platform. You know, when the Hydrodig had just come out, I thought, what on earth is a Hydrodig? So I looked online and say the first thing you look at is, oh my god, it's massive. And say then went down to the quarry with the engineers and all that, and saw this, you know, 3CX compact, you know, always been in backhoe, so obviously big on the road a backhoe is, but when you get used to them, you know, they're nothing. I say, and then next to this Hydrodig, you know, brilliant Rich Matthews, the godfather of the Pothole Pro, JCB demo guy, fantastic, you know, taught me everything. I'd like to say I'm as good as him, but he probably still got some tricks to show me. Yeah, so, you know, saw that, I was like, oh my, you know, it's a considerable, you know, chunk of metal and bits and bobs. So, you know, I had a quick play on it there, but, you know, not coming from a steel wrist background or a tilt rotator background, you know, that was a bit of an eye-opening, all the tilt on the front end. Then you got the 360, obviously you got mini digger tickets and all that, but, you know, you got the 360 spin. So that was, you know, getting used to it. Then you got the king post. So it was like, I always say that you got like 360 in this machine, 180, you know, and then like almost 360 down below on the steel wrist. Then you got your pitching 25. So there's more maths here that I'm far than capable to work out or even get close to. But there's a lot going on, and there's a lot of moving parts and, you know, things to do. But, you know, when it all, you know, clicks, so a 2-week training course, operator training, fabulous place. Ben, Frank, you know, taught me, brought me all up in it. I was always used to X-Pattern, so from backhoes, and I remember Ben sitting me on a big JS 113 and was like, no, forget that platform, you need to go off, see, you know, what all the mini diggers are all coming out at. And I hated him for it for the first day or two, but yeah, it was the best decision he ever forced me to do. You can change it all that on here back into SAE or X-Pattern. I always get told off for calling that, but that's what I know. Still love X-Pattern, but say when you get into this, you know, it's far more capable. I don't think X-Pattern could ever get near. So, you know, getting into, used to obviously the tilting, rotating and all that concept, new concept for me. It was like, oh my god, you know, it's eye-opening. Then digging with it, you know, that's another eye-opening task experience, and then it just all seemed to click. And I say, but, you know, like all things, first daunting on at the time. I remember when I was doing a backhoe ticket yonks ago, they said to me, you know, like, sit in the machine and like the digger bucket's going all here. This is when I was really like, digger bucket's going here, there. And I remember the guy saying to me, you know, go home, you know, and, you know, it'll all click. And I was thinking, no. And I was, you know, went home talking to my parents saying, you know, this is a bad decision, you know, I can't get it, you know, it's not for me. And it was like next day, you know, I got back on that machine and it was almost, you know, like my brain reset. I've got a small brain, so it didn't take long to reset. You know, and then it was just like I was one with the machine. I got more and more confident with it, got used to, you know, practicing, and then, you know, took the plunge, taking it on the road, taking it on jobs and all that, and then, you know, got the experience. So it's, you know, it's same like this, you know, first off, you know, it is an excavator, it's a hydraulic platform, but, you know, steel it, if you're not used to that, it's, you know, it's another element. If you're not used to the buckets, you know, and the rams and all, what the buttons do, and the breaker and all that, yeah, you know, it comes quite easily with time, but, you know, if at first it can be quite daunting, but that's not to put anybody off. If you're willing to, you know, go from that level and put, you know, the work in and actually push yourself and learn something new, you know, it's absolutely, and I'm not just saying this, you know, Mr. Pothole Pro, and JCB don't pay me this, you know, it's an absolutely phenomenal machine, you know, and, you know, we're flying through potholes like, you know, there's no tomorrow. Obviously, you know, potholes are everywhere, you know, they're all over the city, all over, you know. I bet London has potholes, so, you know, it's a countrywide issue, but, you know, this is really turning the tide on that battle. But anyway, that could be another video about all that. But yeah, and I say, you know, over time you just get more and more used to it. You can speed up, you think, oh, you know, we're doing this way, that way, oh, we'll do this, in regular contact with JCB and Rich, and it's like, oh, I'm doing it this way, oh, try this. You know, it's always about getting confident with the machine. Nobody gets on a new machine and, you know, expect to go flying if you've got no prior experience on it. But it just takes time. Like the planer, I would say the planer is the easy part of the operation, as long as you get your cuts lined up. Like, you can make an absolute hash if you're overcutting double way, like if you're cutting 40mm and then you go in to do like another 40, and then you like at 80, and then you try and get it back from there. So, you know, that's like my kind of story to where I come now. Not that I'm anyway a special person in the industry or anything like that, but, you know, I think hopefully I'm doing my bit to try and make highways and potholes a bit more sexy. I say that to my wife, she's like, never say that again because you sound so old and awkward. That was like a 1950s thing. So yeah, I probably best stop talking now because people say I've got a big gob, so usually I start talking a load of rubbish. But yeah, thanks for watching and listening, and listen to my dulcet tones, all my boring social media videos. I do them at night, so I sit down there when my wife's usually watching some rubbish on TV. Apart from Love Island, then that's my only advice. So I sit there and do the videos, and I just wish I could, you know, do better videos. I've got all the content there, but it's like putting them all together. So that's a new thing, or trying to make them exciting. And I don't know, some videos you do, you know, I'm like showing my wife, like, oh yeah, this is a brilliant video, look at this, look how thing really good and all that, and then they absolutely flop and nobody watches, and I'm like, oh my god. And then videos I do, I just think, oh, that'll do, you know, chuck it out there. You know, they seem to go better. Not that I have got an ounce of knowledge of what I'm doing on social media, but hopefully they're worth watching in some capacity. But yeah, put some comments on, don't be too brutal, else that will give me a complexion. So I think the traffic management guy is nearly set up. So that's my whirlwind story. Obviously I had Loadall tickets, I'm going back now, Loadall tickets for a while, so I'm pretty competent on a Loadall, mini digger, backhoes, got tractor ticket now, agricultural tractor, ADT ticket, they all want sexy bit of kit, loading shovel soon, obviously roller, Mute, quite a lot of these paid for myself. You know, you can never have too many tickets, I don't think, and if something always goes wrong, you've always got something to fall back on, trade, or, you know, something you can, you know, throw your hand at, or if somebody's always need a hand, you know, you can obviously drop on that. I'm trying to think what else out there. My ticket's probably that full. Lifting ops. Yeah, I'll go from mini digger all the way up to the big ones. I say this is obviously excavator, but I don't spend much time on tracks bar mini diggers. You see some of like the big ones like Life Behind the Levers, and you're watching them like, oh my god, and, you know, he's making like a big 32-ton digger dance and all that, and I'm sort of thinking, well, yeah, that's mightily impressive, or you know, I just don't have access to one of them. I'm sure we'll be more than capable on it, but you know, I'll stick to the Potto Pro mini diggers, backhoes, loaders. I do love a loader. I think loaders, you know, quite undervalued. Forks, bucket work, shunting, pushing, you know, lifting, moving, and all that. I think you know, a loader's just like, yeah, that is another sexy bit of kit. We've got a new loader just waiting at Midlands JCB. But I think, you know, between this, you've got a loader and then you've got a Potto Pro. You can put any attachment on. You're pretty much covered for whatever comes your way in any, you know, scenario or any, you know, job. And I shall traffic manage set up now, so I shall leave you alone, and thank you for watching. Hopefully it wasn't too boring.